if your goal is to get something out of this, what is it that you want? Your camera's off, you know, maybe you're not showing up the way you want to, but what if you're doing a bunch of stuff, right? And I want to do something and you can't take advantage of it and you go, well, can I get the recordings? And then you get the recordings and you don't do anything with the recordings because something else comes up. Let me know in the chat that's happened to you. Like, let me know in the chat that's happened to you. You go, dang, let me get the recordings. I'm gonna get the recordings, and then you get the recordings, then something else pops up. Let me know in the chat that happens to you. Let me know in the chat. And you know the reason why you can't put your camera on. It's not for you to feel guilty or anything. This is just a practice, right? It's a formality. When we say put your camera on, it's just really speaking to the individual who's hiding behind the camera versus showing up. Like, think about it. We want to get rich, we want to get wealthy, we want to have beautiful relationships, we want to have fantastic experiences. But how can we ever do that by playing in the background? So I usually say, don't be so consumed with others or what others think, so much so that you become the background extra in your own story. Don't become the background extra in your own story. Be the one that can show up for you. I don't care if it's one person in the room. I don't care if you have one friend. I don't care if you got one job or one position or one, it doesn't matter. Always show up. I don't even care if nobody's even looking. Show up for you. Why? Because this is about you. This life that you have is about you. This isn't about anybody else. Although we do need each other to create the life that we have. But what that means is if you were to focus on you being the best version of you, then the other people around you would also be the best version of you in one or two ways. Either you're going to select the best of the best to be around, or you just so inf- infatuated with your growth and your personal development that when people come around you, they just are on their P's and Q's. They just want to be better. You ever been around those people, or maybe you're that person that when you go around the family or the friends, they just start acting differently. Chest poke out, they start speaking clearer. Like, it's just better. They act on it, they put their best show on, right? And I don't want you to have to live in a show. Yes, everybody's on a stage. Yes, everybody's playing a character, everybody's playing a role. Yes, that's correct. But I do not want you to fall victim to your own thinking. I do not want you to fall victim to laziness, complacency, feeling like you're not the best, negative self talk. So today, I want to help you all see difficulty differently, see obstacles as opportunities to show your greatness. This is your greatness. You've been doing things for years. You're an expert in certain areas for years, but you may not see it that way. Once again, my name is Sean Crewmate, also known as Mindset Mogul. Some people call me Two Comma Crew. What I do is I help six-figure, seven-figure business owners retain their clients, grow their community, and create company culture. And this is about organization. But what I help them get is time freedom. Somebody put time freedom in the chat. If time freedom sounds good and that's something that you want, put time freedom in the chat. The idea is to become more effective in less time. How do we become more effective in less time? If becoming more effective in less time is the primary objective, then the primary pathway is through strategic partnerships. So think about it. When you want to get to work, how do you travel to work? Let me know in the chat. How do you travel to work? And maybe you've done this already. Maybe you heard this already. But we know knowing means nothing. We want to make sure that we are repeating and revisiting so that way we can understand what we're doing in our lives. So we're not walking to work, right? Some of us is, some of us can, but we're not walking to work. We're taking some sort of transportation. Why is that? Be honest. Why is it? Because you want to be more effective with your time. You want to be more effective in less time. You want to get there faster. Okay, why do you seek mentorship? Because what you've been doing on your own has been working. It's been moving, but it's kind of slow, and you want to get there faster. Why do you order food? Because I don't feel like cleaning up afterwards. I don't really feel like standing there making the food. It's gonna take me a whole 2 hours to make the food. It's gonna take me 2 minutes to eat the food. I'm gonna feel like I just slaved all over it. And then, please, like, there's a lot going on. I gotta put away things. It's just a lot. I spend 3 to 4 hours in the kitchen. I'd rather have a private chef. Let me know in the chat if that's you. If you rather have a private chef, let me know in the chat if that's you. Maybe because maybe I'm not resonating. Maybe you already are this person and you already have a private chef. You already have these things going for you. But I want to know if I'm relating to you because remember, this is all psychology. So psychology, the information around it has to be constantly updated. 50 years ago, it wasn't the person's mind is moving so fast that they can only retain 10 seconds of a conversation. Like, let's be real here. You ever have a conversation with someone and you kind of like almost check out immediately as soon as they say certain words? Just kind of check out a little bit. Daydream, you just drift off. You're listening, but you're not really, I mean, you're hearing them, but you're not really listening. Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. So we want to become more effective in less time. The objective is to become more effective in less time. It's always been going down this way. It's always has been the trajectory, no matter how we like it, no matter which way we like to look at it. This is just a ramification of our development as a culture. So everybody put in the chat, become more effective in less time. One of the key things is being organized. See, when we're organized, we can have things happen for us more effectively. How many of us say, you know what, I'm gonna be on this call on Tuesday, but you get on the call, but you're driving. You get on a call, you're looking for other things. You get on a call, you got your family and friends playing around in the background. You dibbling, dabbling in the conversation a little bit. You got your headphones on, but you can still hear. It's like a lot going on. You must dedicate time for your success because guess what? The time that you're spending right now is not even comparable to what it would be when you truly transform you. Think about it. Like, we want to go out on the weekends and we might not have the money. But what if we stopped going out on those weekends and we started focusing on us and building and creating? And then we got to a point where when we go out on the weekends, I don't even have to worry about the money that I'm spending. When I go out on the weekends, I don't have to worry about going to work on Monday early AM and being groggy and acting like Monday is the worst day. When I go out, I'm not worried about the Sunday scaries. Oh, I got to be in the bed by 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Like, I'm not worried about all of that stuff. This is the type of life we want to get to. We want to get to a life where you control your destiny. Somebody put I'm in control in the chat. Somebody put I'm in control in the chat. Let me know if I'm making sense because if I'm not making sense and we're not paying attention, I just, there's no point for me to be here. So y'all let me know. Let me know. So you could the beautiful thing that I like about this style of teaching though, it is flexible for your choice. Maybe you are the person who just needs to hear somebody live, right? Maybe you already do certain things and you already are moving on the right track, but you love to listen to motivational music or listen to the motivational speeches in the AM, but you just want to have somebody that is real, somebody that if you did want to, if somebody said something to you and you go, wait a minute, you said X, Y, and Z. What does that mean? How do I apply that? Because a lot of times when we're looking on YouTube University, it's hard to actually connect to those individuals, right? And have a real conversation. It's hard for us to trust people as well. But the person I want you to trust is you. Know that you are the person that's creating your reality. Today, I want to show you how to craft a pitch because your pitch is going to help you create your reality. But not only are you looking at the pitch, I want you to see things deeper than what it is on the surface level. Somebody say think deep in the chat. Somebody say think deep in the chat. I want you to see it deeper than the surface level. So the surface level is going to be a pitch. And when I say a pitch, what comes to mind to you? When I say a pitch, what comes to mind to you? Somebody said baseball. Somebody said speaking. Okay, let's put it in this term, in this way. If you're going to make a pitch, which arena do you think that's referencing? If you're going to make a pitch, which arena do you think that's referencing? Somebody said business. I think everybody's going to say business. I think everybody. When she says sales, she says business. I think everybody's going to say business. But I want everybody to realize, think deeper. Put think deeper in the chat. That's what we're going with. Think deeper. There we go, Victoria, the area that you're in, right? Because pitching is something you do every day. Selling is something you do every day. Who here was born with the ability to sell? Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Put a 0 in the chat if that's not you. Remember, think deeper. Who here was born with the ability to sell? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't. Put a 1 in the chat if you do believe. When babies come out the womb, They are selling, right? Let me know if I'm making this up. When babies come out the womb, they're selling, right? They're such good sellers that they make the person that's buying the information do anything and everything. That was you, right? As a parent, I got parents in here, right? You know what I'm talking about? I got parents in here. The child is teaching you how to become a better parent. The client is teaching you how to become a better business owner, a better business creator, a solutionist. So please understand, when you were a child, you were a great seller. What about those times when you didn't want to go to school? What about those times when you didn't want to go to school? You sold mom and dad, especially that first time. You always got away with it the first time. I'm sick, ooh, and when it worked, you was like, damn, it's a cheat code. Try to use it a couple times, and you got busted, and then you're going to school now. But the idea is think deeper. Somebody put in the chat, think deeper. Somebody put into the chat, think deeper. So the idea is let's move past what we think we know and move and step into the world and the land of discovery. Think deeper. So when we say pitching, who could you pitch to? Put it in the chat. Think deeper. When we say business, it's not just that you have to sell something for like exchange of a product for money. When you say business, your life is your business. That's why people say, I'm minding my business. Selling, you need to sell who? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. So you could use pitching with your significant other. You use pitching with your children. You use pitching with anybody. You pitch everybody. I pitch you. I say, hey, look, I got a free class on Saturday. Come through if you want. If you don't get into the program, that's fine. I mean, we want you to get into the program. But if you don't get into the program, at least, like, there's nobody else doing this anywhere else. At least you can get this on Saturday, 9:30, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and be able to walk in your weekend powerfully. Like, is that a good pitch? Is that a good deal? You say yes, I'll take that. Okay, cool. Now you have to live up to the end of your bargain with the pitch, because when you heard the pitch, you were like, yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. I want that. I want that. Yeah. But then when you get into the pitch, I mean, when you get into what you've been pitched, now you're like, kind of complacent, right? Isn't that the same thing with dating? Right, the first part of dating, you pitching them like, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. You showing up with your nice hair, you got your nails done, you got but then after a while, you get into the pitch, you showing up with the bonnet on, you showing up, I don't even want to keep going, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're not showing up how you was advertising before. Let me know if I'm making this up. Let me know if I'm making this up, because I think y'all be thinking I'm making stuff up now. I think y'all be thinking I'm making stuff up. So the idea is to think deeper, think deeper in the chat, because it's beyond selling and pitching for what you know it as. This is a way of communicating. This is communication. This is being able to get what you want. This is articulation. This is being able to speak with confidence and courage and conviction. This is being able to get what you want. I know you want what you want. Let me know in the chat if you want something. Let me know in the chat. I want what I want. Let me know in the chat. Do you want what you want? Because I know you want something. I don't know what it is though, but I know you want something. So whatever it is, I want what I want. Put it in the chat. I want what I want. Put I want what I want in the chat. So if you want what you want, wouldn't it be dope? Wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be fantastic if you actually got it? Like, let me know in the chat. Wouldn't it be fantastic if you actually got it? If you actually got it, wouldn't it be fantastic? So I want to show you how to get it. There's a formula to it. Okay, real quick, I love showing this formula because one of my mentors told me this, but it's just so easy, right? It's so easy. So, how do you feel when I say the dog bit Johnny? Let me know in the chat. How would you feel? What's your response? Let's say Johnny is our friend. Let's say Johnny, we know Johnny. Johnny is a relative. Johnny is somebody close to us. You say the dog bit Johnny. What's your response? The dog bit Johnny. What's your response? Okay. Okay. What about if we said Johnny bit the dog? Same words, different frequent. David, same words, different sequence, right? Same words, different order. Johnny bit the dog. Same words. Okay, what I really want you to pay attention to is the response. So you can say something and you can elicit a response. I just said the same words and it elicit a different response. Look at Tracy. Tracy, at first, Tracy was all concerned about Johnny. Damn, Johnny, I feel bad for you, Johnny. What's going on, Johnny? You okay? Do you need some love, Johnny? And now she's looking at Johnny like, damn, Johnny, you need that love me jacket. You know, that's what Sunshine would call it, the love me jacket. You know, the little jacket that they put on you when they take you to the house and you get crazy. Little white one and you start crossing your arms, hugging yourself. That's the that's the love me jacket. So you start thinking Johnny needs some love, right? Johnny needs some extra love. So okay, I understand, but do you see the difference now? Do you see the difference of what I'm talking about? The way that you say stuff matters. If anybody has ever told you, oh, well, you understand what I meant. Yes, because we're so intelligent that we can decipher, we can figure it out, and we can know, we can see and we can convey messages in poetic ways. And it's like, ooh, that's entertaining. But is it actually depicting exactly what you want? So if you're finding yourself not getting what you want, maybe it's not what you are saying. It is. Let me know in the chat if y'all following. It is fill in the blanks. It is. Maybe it's not what you're saying, but it could be how you are saying it. Yes, because of what? The order in which you say things. The order. The order. So it's how you saying it. It's the order. Don't forget that it's the order in which you say things. So I was in a content creation build last night, and it was one of my partners. He was talking to me. He's like, "You shouldn't ask for their permission. Like, why you like lowering your authority to ask for permission?" And I'm saying, this is deeper than that. I don't need to place my authority on to any students or any participants that's in the call, right? Because what I'm doing is teaching them how to convey messages to each other. And I'm talking about not even just business. They need to know how to speak to their children. They need to know how to speak to their significant other. It's very important to get and elicit consent. Somebody put consent in the chat. You must get people's consent because that's the easiest way to get them to listen to you. That's the easiest way to get them to do what you want them to do. Get consent. I don't care if you know him for years. I don't care if that's your son or your daughter. I don't care if that's your husband or wife. I do not care. Why don't I care? Because they're humans and they're individuals. So please get people's consent before you put their opinions or your opinions on them, or you command them, or you want something from them. And also just a tweak, right? Instead of, imagine you're writing this, right? And you're saying this to your child, go clean your room. Which one sounds better? First, as the parent, go clean your room. As you know, as a parent, you know you be trying your hardest, you be doing your best. Lord knows you do, and you be saying it. You be like, "Oh man, okay, you know, I'm saying it the nicest way, but they're not listening." And then you say it in that mean way, and automatically they just move. And it's like, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to speak to you that way? It's because you're not understanding that there's an order in which how you say things that's causing people to move. Like this just the reality of it, but you just only know one or two ways. But there's an abundance of ways. Somebody put in abundance. You are abundant by nature. There's an abundance of ways to get people to do certain things. But once again, it's the order in which you do things. So go clean your room, or do you want to clean your room? Right? These are questions you can ask. Do you want to clean your room? Or can you go clean your room? Just by the question, just by it being a question versus a command, it automatically transforms their way of being. Okay, cool. So now let's get to an effective question. So if your child has something that they want, that they naturally want, and they've been telling you about it, you could pull out this. So give me something that your child wants, or you knew that your child wanted, or you might have wanted as a child. Put something in the chat. Put something in the chat to let me know. I want to use that as an example. So one of the things I'll see, wardrobe, right? So clothes. Hey, you still want those clothes? All right, cool. What I need you to do is this. If you can keep your room clean every day of the week, then I'll be able to get you those wardrobe, get you those clothes. If you want that video game, I can get you that. You want that video game? Yeah, mom, yeah, dad, I want that video game. All right, cool. All right, but what I need from you in order for you to get the video game is if you can clean your room, if you can keep your room nice and clean, and you tell them what that looks like. If you can keep your room nice and clean, no stuff under the bed, no food left over in the room. In fact, you shouldn't be eating in there anyway. Your clothes, make sure your clothes is neatly hung up. And then guess what? At the end of the week, that game is yours. Which style of cleaning do you think, on which style of getting them to motivate them to do it is better? Commanding or pitching them? Commanding or pitching them? You were gonna buy, see, somebody said both. You don't have to have both. That's the key. You don't have to have both. See, sometimes you could use both. It doesn't matter. It's not doesn't make you wrong to have both. And I know some of us come from the old school way of teaching, but I'll be honest, that commanding teaching style is traumatic. It's a trauma. It breeds curses. It just breeds curses. A lot of parents curse at their children. A lot of parents talk down to their children. A lot of parents think that's helpful and it's really not because the reason why they think it's helpful, one or two reasons, most likely, is because their parents did it to them and it made them move, but also because they see that the kid is doing it. The only reason why the kid is doing it is because there's an order in which you do things. If the military men started to do what they do in other countries and start turning on the citizens and going to you and come up to you with the shotty or the rifle and say, hey, you'll get your ass across the street. Are you gonna stand there arguing with them? You could, you might do it, but most people are probably just gonna move. So it's that is that okay for you though? But how does that make you feel inside? So the command is good for the commander. But is the command good for the soldier, the one that's listening? Is the command good for the person that's carrying out the task? So this is how we start to think higher. Somebody put think deeper in the chat. Somebody put think deeper in the chat. So when you're working on your pitches this weekend, pitch your children, pitch your significant other. Hey, babe, you might be the one that's, you never take me out. He was always taking you out, right? He wanted to take you everywhere. He wanted to take you anywhere and everywhere. Now you gotta beg him to take you out. Okay, think deeper. Why is that? Why is that? You probably expect and demand something from him that you're not holding up your own end of your bargain. You want him to protect you, provide for you, do all these things for you. What are you doing for him? You done gained 2, 3 pounds. All right, let me be real. You done gained 15 pounds, 10 pounds, and you think it's okay. You should love me the way I. No, no, no. All right, so okay, cool. You want me to love you the way all right, I'm gonna do some things less. Now I done gained some pounds in my ability to take you out. Now I done gained some pounds in my ability to give you allowance. Now, like you get what I'm saying? So whether you think that this is happening or not, it's happening because the way that you present it to someone is providing them with a chance to respond. You ever spoken with someone, and they say, well, I don't know how to respond to that. That was their answer. I don't know. They were being honest because most of us are programmed on how to respond. You ever say hello to someone in the morning? Hey, how are you? And they just programmed to respond, hey, I'm doing well. And it's just natural. Or one of these ones, you get ready to go on a plane and you get ready to take off and they say, have a good flight. And you go, you too. I know that's happened to some of y'all. I know that's happened to some of y'all in some capacity, right? Where you say, I'm going, like you didn't even think it was autopilot. So my point to you is that a lot of people are operating on autopilot. So if you could break the paradigm of the autopilot, you could get them to do the thing. You can get them to do the thing. If you break the paradigm of the autopilot, you can get them to do the thing. But you also must understand that there's a fundamental principle in this. In order to get something, you must give something. So that's going to be the bottom line. That's the bottom line now. So that's going to be your basis. That's the fundamental thing that we now need to understand. Because now that we got here, we all understand why we're here now, right? Because people move based upon stimuli. People do things based upon stimuli. So whatever you stimulate them to do in your questioning and your command will elicit a response back. You want them to do what you want them to do. If you want to get them to do what you want them to do, then you must understand that you must give, but also be able to receive. So sometimes we just give and give and give. And then later on, we're like, damn, did they forget about me? Damn. So in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. Somebody put in the moment in the chat. In the moment. You give, you pitch. So it's a give and it's a take. It's a give and it's a receive. It's a get and a give. Okay, however you like to look at it, in the moment. So get comfortable with this. In the moment. All right. Let me see in the chat. Let me see what y'all typing in the chat. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. All right. So now let me share my screen and start going into pitching. So we want to understand what is it that we offer? What is it that we can provide? But most importantly, we want to know, let me know in the chat. If we want to know what it is that we could offer, what it is that we could provide, that's cool, that's good. Get that in tune. But what's important before that? What's the important before that? To understand what they want. So that's the give part. The give part is you understanding what the other person wants, understand what they need, right? Understand what they're looking for. That's key. But let me share the screen and let's go through some of this stuff. While I'm doing this, I want y'all to write down these notes, and um, I'll do something special for y'all if y'all do write down the notes. Okay, I'll do something special for y'all if y'all do write down the notes. So this is crafting your pitch. I'm gonna make this very simple. I don't want to make this difficult. We want to make it very easy. You give something so you can get something. It's very easy. When you do it with your children, it's the same principle. It does not matter. You're gonna buy your bad kid stuff anyway. You're gonna go broke for them on Christmas regardless. So what are you saying? Like what are you saying? You might as well teach them good habits. You might as well teach yourself good habits. So let's practice pitch. Somebody put in the chat, practice the pitch. Okay, we got a few people over here. You know, it doesn't matter your age or anything. Everybody could practice the pitch. So they're looking like businessmen, people strategizing. That might be us, businessmen and women. So what are you pitching? Does anybody know their pitch? Let me know in the chat. Do you know your pitch already? Put a yes in the chat if you do. Put no if you don't. So I see some no's, see some yeses. Okay, step by step. I've seen a somewhat in there, which is good too. You're on the right track. So let's put it down. What are you pitching? Let me know in the chat. What are you pitching? Even if you said no, make it up right now, because the best way to do it, just randomly do it. Don't think too much. But what is your pitch? Let me know in the chat. Don't worry, we got about 20 minutes left, y'all. We'll be getting you on your way. You can enjoy your Saturday. But let's get that mindset reset going. A better world. How are you pitching a better world? Let me know in the chat. How are you pitching a better world? Because you can do that, but how are you pitching it? So consulting and coaching, yes. What else are you pitching? What else? Financial freedom. But how is that showing up? Because financial freedom is so subjective. Social emotional learning. I would love for you to create a better term for that. The social emotional learning could be the subtitle, but create something that would be more effective and concise to the person. Think about it as a pitch. What are you giving to them? So if you're saying you're giving social, what is it? What you said it was? Social emotional learning. If you say you're giving that to them, they might not know how to receive that, because no one's saying, well, I want some social emotional learning. You know, no one's saying that. So you have to actually say it in a way that you're giving them what they're asking for. Make sense, y'all? Make sense? Let me know in the chat. You have to say it in the way that you're giving. When you say Coca-Cola, yes, that's a brand and they created, but you know exactly what it is. It's not any interpretation, right? You may not know the ingredients, but you know that it's a soda. You know that it's going to taste this way. You know it's a soda. But so inside of your messaging might be a little more difficult, because you might be selling intangible items or intangible ideas, right? Or things of that nature, that you would have to give a more concrete and concise conviction of what it is that you're offering. So that's what we're working on right now. Okay, so what is your pitch? So let's define, first of all, your product and service idea. So before you craft a pitch around it, you must define it. Define it. What is it that you're actually So everybody needs to put it in the chat. If you need to make it up, make it up. Making it up is going to help you because you're just you don't feel any pressure. It's just random. So you're just making it up. It's feeling free. You're flowing. Just make it up. Okay. You can think about any product that you see in front of you. You can think about any service that you've ever had that you love. Make it up. So when you think about a pitch can be used in so many different ways. And as we mentioned it could be done with so many different arenas, right? Personal arena with, significant other, personal arena with, children, family. It could be like that. It could be a business arena where it's professional setting. It doesn't matter. Pitching is going to be an introduction to an idea that somebody can believe they can achieve. That's the whole point of a pitch, is to at least get them to want to do it. Somebody put in the chat, get them to want it. So what I'm going to show you is the foundation, how to outline this pitch. And it's very easy in a way, but it's going to help you communicate with confidence. We all want to communicate with confidence. That's the key. Confidence creates execution. So we definitely want to create with some confidence and produce a pitch with confidence. So as you can see, whether you're refining an existing idea or started from scratch, it doesn't matter. This is an exercise that's going to help you gain clarity. So we're asking you to create it on the fly if you haven't already. So that way, when you walk away from this class, you actually get something done. So let's do it. Step one, define your offer. So we're going to fill in the prompts, right? We're going to fill in the prompts. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to use an example as we go. So if you do not have the name of your product or service, make it up. It does not matter right now. You're practicing. It does not matter. Make it up. Please do not fall short because you may feel like you don't know. So we're going to define the offer. Step one. What is the name of your product or service? So when you think about naming your product or service name should be memorable. It should be relevant to what you're offering. So remember when we said Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola, nobody else was using Coca-Cola, but there was something funny because back in that time, they was actually using Coke, right? Real Coke. And so Coca-Cola, it stood out to people because it was, wait, what? You made a soda out of with Coke? That's crazy. And it just really hit, right? It was relevant to what was going on. Is it was going to be a drink that would make people get up, and do certain things. But now Coke is this whole other product that it wouldn't even hit the same. So now it's just Coca-Cola, right? We understand that, but it should resonate with your audience. Whatever it is, like I mentioned, when someone put the social emotional learning, let's make it a better solution, because if we can hint at the transformation or the result that you're going to give with it, it's easier to sell it. Like a name like Amazon doesn't hint at transformation. It's not built around transformation. So it's just really built around a name for a store. But guess what? Amazon, when you think deeper. What's the Amazon like? 'Cause I bet you y'all didn't get this though, but it's probably subconscious. What's an Amazon? Think about the Amazon rainforest. When you go into the Amazon rainforest, what's in the Amazon rainforest? Somebody said plenty. Right, right. What's in the Amazon rainforest? In abundance, right? The greatest group of trees, animals. I'm talking about herbs. All of these different things are in the Amazon rainforest. So you probably didn't even think that deep when you heard about the store Amazon, but what is Amazon? Amazon is offering everybody stuff. Amazon's pitching is basically like this. This is Amazon's messaging. They say, shop for your favorite products all in one place and receive 2-day or 1-day shipping. And sometimes it's free shipping, right? And we understand that clearly. When you look in Amazon, you see, wow, there's an abundance of stuff. There's an abundance of stuff in here. I can get almost anything here. Some of y'all get Amazon packages every day. So, okay, cool. The example that I'm going to use is from a world-renowned communicator. Her name, she's the one who taught me this. Her name is Forbes Riley. When I went to go collect my 2 Comma Club award, for $1 million in business. She was there. I met her in person. Oh, she was amazing. I didn't know who she was, but she was the queen of pitch. I remember her now. She's the one who used to do the infomercials. She made infomercials famous. She's the one who used to sell all the products. She did how much did she do? $5 billion in sales. 5 billion with a B. $5 billion in sales just by communicating somebody else's product with a formula that she created. And this is just a simple, this is just like a small version. So that way anybody can get started. But what is the thing that you're providing? What's the name of the product or service? So the example that we're using here is pitch like a pro. Pitch like a pro. We want you to be able to pitch like a pro. So now you got the name of the product or your service. What is it? Let's describe what the product or service does. Let's be specific about the benefits and the outcomes. So Pitch Like a Pro is an online training designed to up-level your communication skills, practice a proven formula, and unleash your confidence. What is yours? Put it in the chat. Come on, we're gonna work today. Put it in the chat. What is yours? And we're almost done here. So let's give it all you got. Give it all you got. You're almost done here. And don't be overcomplicated. Simplify it. Give me like 2 to 3 sentences tops. What is it? What type of thing is it? Is it an online training? Is it an in-person event? Is it a service? Do we have to come to you? What is it designed to do? How does it benefit you? How does it help you? What's the outcome? Is there a proven formula behind it? Is it scientifically backed? What can it do for me long term? Unleash my confidence? Help me articulate what is it that you have, and just let us know the benefits. I need to see at least one person. Somebody's going to be able to do that fast, right? There we go. Okay, Pool Dream Building, Music and Arts Academy. Okay, you see. We help people get out of their heads onto the stage, stop dreaming and start performing. I like it, refine it though. I like it, refine it. Basically, take this is a cheat code, everybody. Take the formula that's right here and just plug in your words. So you could say something like this, Mavis. Is it an online or in-person training? If it's online, you just say it's online, designed to get people out of their heads on the stage, and then do what? What type of benefit do they get from being out of their head on the stage? See, because the online training is going to up level your communication skills because it's a proven formula that you get to practice, which does what for you? Unleashes confidence. That already tells us that the confidence is really going to be the thing that allows us to get the breakthrough. What's going to be the thing that allows you to get the breakthrough? So the part that you said start performing, let's change that, or let's alter that, let's enhance that somehow. Free your mind and heart from the trauma. That's good. That's good. But let's put it in a way where it's like, what are they going to do? What is it? Is it an online training? Is it a G book? Is it some sort of guide? Is it a map? Let's define it first. Let's define it. What is it first? What is it? Is it online? Is it in person? Let us know. Good stuff, everybody. Good stuff. Good job. I help high value clients tap into their limitless potential through customized coaching, strategic consulting, transformative training to reach their goals. Tracy, that's really good. It's just too poetic, okay? It's too poetic. It's too poetic. You want to make it so simple so they understand, because now what you're doing is leaving room for subjection, and you're going to end up having a lot of people who don't qualify. So, and the next part is going to help you be able to qualify everybody, right? So we're going to get to the next part, but y'all doing a good job so far though. When you say I help high value clients, just what is the high value client? So for me, I'll tell you straight up, I say 6-figure, 7-figure business owners. Sometimes I put busy in there. I help busy 6-figure, 7-figure owners. Do what? What do you help them do? Retain their clients, grow their community, create company culture. That's very clear. Tell me in the chat if that's clear, or you're having confusion. Automatically, if you're a 5-figure earner, I'm not really helping you, right? But I do help 5-figure earners. It's just depending on who I'm pitching to. All right, cool. So great job, everybody. Everybody's doing great. Um, it's HVAC services that we come to you and help you with the air conditioning needs. Yeah, so being that there's all sorts of HVAC companies, you're kind of like a commodity, and I want you to separate yourself from being a commodity. So if you have a commodity or commoditized type business, then I want you still to be able to separate yourself with your messaging. Your messaging is going to be the key. So don't use the standard messaging that everybody use. Get to the root of a problem. Get to the root of the problem. On those hot summer days, we cool you like what? Like an iceberg. Like you want to be able to um, have that formula, have that style of, okay, what's the issue? Got the solution. But in the beginning, always remember, put what exactly it is. So what I am selling to somebody with this method is an online training. That's what I'm selling. I'm selling online training. I'm selling online training, online training, online training. What's the benefit of selling online training? Somebody let me know in the chat. What's the benefit of selling online training? So you got to have something called features and benefits, right? The feature is the thing, and the benefit is what you get from the feature. So the feature here is online training. What's the benefit of online training? Right? I can help them anywhere. I can reach more people. But what about to the client? How the client feel? What's the benefit to the client? I can go, I can take this on the go. I can travel. I'm not constrained to anything. I can feel like I can do this. Online training. Also, I mean, sometimes when they got the recordings, what does that mean for people? That they may not have the time. They could do it on their own time. They may not have the time to join the live class, but they could do it on their own time. So it allows flexibility. So just in the messaging, you can see how this is working out already, right? Okay, communication skill. What's the feature in this and what's the benefit? A proven formula is the feature. I have a proven formula. What's the benefit? Damn, it could work for me. If it worked for them as a proven formula, it could work for me. All right, so you want to include features and benefits in your messaging. So that way it's easy for them to see, but you don't want to say all of this stuff. You just want to provide the feature and then let them know the benefit. You could always talk to this, just like what we did at the end. We said unleash your confidence. That's the feature. I mean, that's the benefit, right? So we said the features. The features are basically this online training with a proven formula. And guess what? With it, you're gonna unleash your confidence. Imagine what you could do with confidence. Each and every one of you here after this call will have major confidence in your pitching skills because it's so simple. What's the key thing? What's the baseline foundation? What's the baseline foundation of this, y'all? Let me know in the chat. What's the baseline foundation? What did we say the baseline foundation is? I like to gain your power back from the shame and pain that hurt you. See, now we have to start getting specific, but these are good by learning who you truly are and what your purpose is. So now you're getting into that realm of, oh, wait a minute. So I'm stepping into my light. But what I want you all to do is follow the roadmap. So if you ever play sports, right? Are you familiar with basketball? Does everybody know what the three-point line is in basketball? Just put a one in the chat if you do, put a zero in the chat if you don't. I just want to express this really fast. So there's lines in sports. A lot of you probably play sports. There's lines in sports, and on the lines are giving you directions. So if you this is three-point line, right? So it's this line that if you shoot in front of it, you get 2 points and you score the basket. If you shoot behind the three-point line, you get 3 points if you score the basket. So it's telling you how to play the game. With this example, I'm telling you how to play the game. Literally, do not, if you want to get this like super good, the first thing you do, just copy exactly what I have here. So if yours is an online training, keep online training. If yours is in-person training, put in-person training. If it's an in-person service, just put in-person and then tell us what it is, right? In-person experience, whatever it is, whatever it is, I want you to really just use the formula that is right here in front of you to do what? What is it designed to do? It's going to tell you what it's designed to do. Is it a proven thing? Is it something that's backed by science? Is it like, what is it? Is it world renowned? Like what's happening? And then give us the ultimate thing that's going to help take it over the top. So not only are you going to improve your communication skills, because a lot of us have great communication skills, but it's when we get around people we don't know, or we get into situations that we might seem like we feeling like we're on a spot, that's when our confidence dwindles. But if we're around our family and friends, we could talk it up. We can convey, we can say all the stuff, right? So I want you just to follow exactly what's there for as much as you can with your particular service or product. Okay? Follow exactly what's there. Just take out what is not necessary for you. Like an online training might be best for all of you, right? I don't know. Online service, yeah, good. Online service, tax planning, good. So now what I want you to do is what would that online service do? That tax planning. So an online service, so what are you offering as an online service? I would say online tax service, right? You could just say online service, that's fine. But whatever you do, just make sure you tell them what is it doing right afterwards? What is it doing for them? What is it doing? What do they get? So right now, you know, we're providing something that we give to them. We're giving them something. What is it that you give? So you give tax planning. What type of tax planning? Online service designed to up level your tax planning. Online service to designed to create better tax strategies so you get more tax relief, more tax breaks, and still be in position for loans or like you want to get real detailed with it. Like tell them exactly what they're going to get, exactly what it is. If I'm using your tax service, what exactly do I get? What exactly do I get? So right now you're all doing a great job. Good job. Okay, Kenya, you have an online nail course, right? And it's designed to equip aspiring nail techs with the knowledge, skills, and business expertise they need, not only to become licensed, but also to thrive in the beauty industry. Okay, so you have a lot here, right? And this is good. It's just for the pitch purposes. I want you to keep that and save that because that was good. But I want you to understand the pitch purposes. This is so you can say things in 30 seconds or less without explaining so much. So what I want you to do is keep the most important stuff, right? A step by step. Keep the most important features. The step by step guidance on mastering nail techniques. That's what you probably need in the very beginning, right? So it's an online training. It's a step-by-step online training that allows you to master the nail techniques, and then you can go into and get the license, right? And become licensed, and that would be great. Okay. Maybe it's follow the blueprint here. Is it an online training? Is it an in-person? I'm telling you why to follow this. Just follow it for now. Because when you follow the blueprint, later on you're gonna make adjustments, but at least you know this works. At least you know it works. And then you could always tailor it. But if you just say some stuff that just sounds good, it's not just about saying stuff because it's the order in which you're saying these stuff. So I'm gonna show you in a second why this matters. So, all right, everybody got that, what it is. Good job. Y'all did an excellent job on this. So now we need to know who is this for? Why is this important? We need to make sure that the person can identify themselves. How do I know this is right for me? How do I know this is right for me? I need to know if this is right for me. Okay, so the way we're going to do that, we have to identify your ideal customer. A lot of times you might be the ideal customer because you might be teaching your experience, right? You might be teaching the things that you've gone through and you've gotten through that you've developed. So for somebody like Kenya who's doing nail tech, I'm quite sure she must have done nail tech, have been a nail tech, right? I'm quite sure because otherwise, how is she teaching this? So I think this is coming from her experience. So her ideal customer needs to be the person she used to be before she got into the nail tech industry. Make sense? So before you accomplish whatever it is that you accomplished, you should be looking at that person as the target or the ideal client, ideal customer, your ideal avatar. That's you. For everybody else, write it out, right? So the example here is this. And remember, we're getting specific on this. So the more specific, the better with this. Who is this for? Well, this is for entrepreneurs and small business owners who struggle to articulate their message, leading to a loss of sales and missed opportunities. You see how detailed that is? Very detailed. It's so simple and so clear that anybody would understand. Oh, that's me. If it's not you, it's not you. So now you're not worried about getting a bunch of people who are just wasting your time. Because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get a bunch of people. If your messages aren't super detailed, where you're telling them who is it for, and you are giving them requirements and clarifications, I can almost promise you, you're gonna have a lot of people that, oh, can I just pick your brain? Hey, can I just get some information? And you, maybe that's you. Maybe that's you. Maybe I'm speaking about you. And if I'm speaking about you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. How many times have you looked at other products? You knew you weren't gonna pay, but you were over there asking them a whole bunch of questions. You don't want that client. So don't be that person. Okay. Cool. Usually those clients, and if they do pay, they're usually the headache. It's usually the people who paid a little bit of money that gives you the most problems. So that's another thing I'll be teaching y'all soon about your pricing. All right. There's a lot of time. Even in my program, we never done this before. We let them know too. We told them we never done this before. And we wanted to test this just to make sure. And it came back to be perfect, like just like what we thought, just like what we know. Do not price your prices so low that people can't see the value in it. And then you'll get the wrong customer. You get the person that's a headache. Okay. You get that person. Don't be that person. So once again, the example is entrepreneurs and small business owners who struggle to articulate their message, leading to loss of sales and missed opportunities. All right, let's start with it. So step one, we identified the offer, right? We defined it. We let them people know what is it. So what is it that we're offering? Well, we're offering Pitch Like a Pro. That's the name of it. What's the name of it? Pitch Like a Pro. So put your name in the chat. What's the name of your business? Put it in the chat. If you already wrote this stuff down, start copying and paste it so you can start seeing it lay out. Okay. What's the name of your product? Pitch Like a Pro. What is it? Well, it's an online training designed to uplevel your communication skills, practice a proven formula, and unleash your confidence. That's what it is. Wait, who is it for though? Is it for me? Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. Are you an entrepreneur, a small business owner who's struggling to articulate your message, leading to a loss of sales and missed opportunities? Okay, now we can start seeing how we're going to put all of this together. So, what I want everybody to do is to flip it. So, think flip it. I know I got y'all typing in the chat, so I would have y'all put in the chat flip it because now that's the science behind this. We're going to flip it. Okay. We're going to flip it. So now we're going to refine the pitch. Now that you've outlined the core elements, let's refine them into a structured pitch. So we want to have a one-liner pitch formula, and this is the template to draft, create, and craft that concise pitch that's going to be enticing for people to hear and want them to take action with, right? And it says this: I help target audience. Who's the target audience? Achieve the specific outcome. What's the outcome that they're achieving? So everybody knows I help statement. This is your I help statement, right? But what we're going to do with the I help statement is show you how to use it as a pitch. So the I help statement goes, I help entrepreneurs and small business owners boost their sales by providing a communication training program that teaches them how to pitch with confidence. That's very clear, right? We understand that very clear. Very clear. So I help entrepreneurs, small business owners boost their sales by providing communication training program that teaches them how to pitch with confidence. So what's your one-liner pitch? Let me know in the chat. What's your one-liner pitch? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. This is going to be so simple and so easy when it's finished that you're going to be like, wow, I didn't know that this was so easy. And you're going to be able to speak today, literally today, and walk out there and get a client today if that's what you wish. If you can't get your kids to clean the room, you're going to be able to get them to clean the room. How do you do it? Okay, if you're talking to your child, talking to my child, what specific outcome do you want them to get? Okay, what are you going to provide them in exchange for that outcome? What's the benefit in it? So not only are they going to have a clean room, but you're going to get that game, you're going to get that wardrobe. That's amazing. That's amazing benefit. And you can like have fun in your clean room now, right? You can feel better and happier. So this is amazing benefits. Okay, cool. Here's step 3 now. Put your one-liners in the chat. Put your one-liners in the chat. Here's step 3. Here's the last but not least, y'all. So now you need to uncover the why behind your offer. The why behind your offer. So people connect with stories and purpose. Answer the following emotional weight to your add the following emotional weight to your pitch. This is what's going to allow you to attract people because most people are attracted by what? The story. The story. Somebody put the story in the chat. So what problem did you experience that led you to develop this product or service? So this all comes after the pitch. Okay, this all comes after the pitch. When you use this, this reinforces the pitch. This is what makes a person go, okay, I want that. If that was ever you, you probably was in that situation where you heard something at first, and then they went into the reasons why. And he's like, oh, damn, that sounds good. I want that. So this is how they get it, right? It's how they get you to move like that because now they put the why behind it. The why is the inspiration. What inspired you to do this? Okay, now what transformation does it provide for you? So I want you to describe how your product or service changed the lives of yourself or your customer or your client. So that way you can provide what we would call testimonial. Remember, these are all things that's coming after the pitch. You already got the pitch down. But now we're adding stuff to this after the pitch. And then once you get that, once you write this down, right? You now become better at explaining the pitch because the why is telling you why you did this. So like think about it. The why is speaking to the what we will call your ideal client, right? What we would say your target person is. That's why you're doing this because now you're creating the sense and you're living through them, right? Because, oh yeah, I've been there. That's basically where you're at. Like, oh yeah, I've been there. So if you speak with that conviction, if you can speak from that place, other people who are in that space, they can automatically know, okay, damn, this is somebody I can trust. All right. But here's how you do it. This is how you do it for the ads. So now what you did is you took all the elements, right? You took all the elements from defining the pitch, took all the elements from refining the pitch, right? So you see how we have, I help entrepreneurs, small business owners boost their sales by providing a communication training program that teaches them how to pitch with confidence. Okay, cool. This is it. This is your big shebang. You could use this in your ads. You could use this when people ask you, what do you do? How are you? Well, you can say I help, or you can give them this one. You use your I help statement, your one liner, or you can give them this one. I love to use this for the ads. So use this one for the ads. Use this one for the ads. Use your story for longer form. Use the one liner for quick interaction, quick response. So not only did you literally just create 3 forms of communication with somebody under one thing, so you became more effective in less time. Now you're going to be able to speak in almost any arena now because you've done it already in so many ways and it's subconscious to you. You probably didn't even know you were doing this, but it's subconscious to you. But now when you go back and look at it, it's going to be so easy. You're going to be like, damn, I'm good at this already. And I did this because I don't want to tell you what I'm teaching you. I mean, what I'm getting you to realize or discover because I want you to discover it. If I tell you up front, you cheat the process. But by me doing it this way, it would now become super clear to you. So the bonus step is this. This is how you would add it. If you're an entrepreneur or small business owner struggling to make sales and missing out on opportunities or having trouble articulating your solution, I have an online communication training program that teaches you how to pitch with confidence and increase your sales conversion in 30 days or less. If you want access to this, I want you to comment below ads, right? Real simple. Something so simple like that. Literally anybody who hears that, that understands that that's their issue, they're in. No disrespect. They're
Really?
in. They're in. Nobody like literally they're in.
Is
Now,
that why
okay,
you?
you might not be able to get them to buy it yet because you might not be that person yet, but you might also be able to get them to buy it without even having to go to the next step. So don't be offended by the result that the client chooses. That's their choice. If they don't sign up with you, they don't sign up with you. If they do sign up with you, you have to help them. Okay? So let's make sure that we're very clear on this. But I promise you, if you look at what you just did, you now have the formula to articulate your business in a way that conveys it easily and effortlessly. If this is how you would do it once again, if you're on the if you're running an ad, if you are an entrepreneur or small business owner struggling to make sales and missing out on opportunities or having trouble articulating your solution, I have an online communication training program that teaches you how to pitch with confidence and increase your skills. Excuse me, let me start it over because I done stumbled up. I done stumbled up. So if you are an entrepreneur or small business owner struggling to make sales and missing out on opportunities or having trouble articulating your solution, I have an online communication training program that teaches you how to pitch with confidence and increase your sales conversion in 30 days or less. If this sounds like something that you want to be part of, right now, comment ads in the chat below, and I'll send you a link to my new program. Or I'll send you a link to my free class, or I'll send you a link to my ebook, or I'll send you a link to my digital workshop. Whatever it is, this is the formula for it, and I will guarantee you somebody's going to say yes to it. How many people want to say yes to it right now? Because we actually do have this program. I'm not going to offer it to you. I'm not going to offer it to you, but we do have this program, and this program is called Speak with Confidence and Courage. And if you ever looked on the resource site, in fact, maybe I should show y'all. We have it on the resource site, but I don't want to sell it to y'all, but I'm just saying. In fact, this is what I want to do. I said I was gonna do something nice. Can I send this to y'all? Would that be helpful? If I gave everybody this PDF, would that be helpful? Would you like that PDF? So I'm not gonna sell you anything. I'm just gonna give this to you. But we do have a speaking program that if you join 30 days or less, you will be able to speak powerfully. I promise you. And if you are in Florida, March 8th, we will be hosting a conference. We will be hosting a conference March 8th in Florida. We're in Miami. If you are interested, DM me the word Florida. DM me the word Florida if you're interested. Okay. So yeah, I'll send this. Let me stop sharing my screen and let me send this to you all. Was this helpful for you in any way? Let me know in the chat. Was this helpful for you in any way? Raise your virtual hand real quick. I'll bring up like 2-3 people if you want to share. Raise your virtual hand. Let me start sending this to y'all in the chat. But raise your virtual hand. And you come up and share if you want. How was this? Was this impactful for you? Was this helpful for you? And if it was, let us know. Quick questions that would be out of here as soon as possible. Button up there. All right, there we go. You're off mute now, Queen.
Hello?
Yeah. we can hear
Yeah,
you.
sorry about that. I'm sorry, got in the call late. I didn't know where to find the link at. This is my first time coming in. But I would like to know how to do a pitch for my apparel company that I'm starting, and it's geared towards mental health. And I mostly would like to deal with the anxiety and depression areas and breaking the stigma in our
Okay.
community.
Okay, that's not a hard thing at all. It's really easy. But follow the formula. So I'll put the link in the chat. Use
Okay.
this, follow the formula. All you do is plug and play. So if you have an online program, keep it the same. Online training. If you have an online program, keep it the same. If it's an in-person, just sub out online for in-person. If it's a training, right? If it's something like that. If it's not a training and it's a class, you just put class. If it's not a class and it's a service, you just put service, whatever service that is. Cleaning service is a cleaning service, whatever the service is. Make sense? You just sub out what you would do from what we're doing with that pitch, but use the framework. Use the framework. So it's an online training designed to do what? What's the result? To up-level your communication. How? With a proven formula. That does what? Unleash your confidence. Real simple, real simple. Keep it simple like that. Please follow that formula. Everybody make sense? Make sense? If y'all didn't write that down, just write it down so that way it's clearer for you. Write it down.
Mhm.
All right. Good job, Takisha. Everybody send some love in the chat.
Thank
Just
you.
follow that blueprint. You'll be fine.
Thank
No problem. Anybody else before we go? Anybody else before we go? Because I'm about to go to the beach. Y'all playing games. Victoria, what's up, Victoria?
Hi, everyone. Coach, it don't open.
What do you mean?
I try to copy it, but it don't do nothing.
Click
But
the
this was
download. Click the download.
I did. It didn't move.
Did it move?
No. But
Okay, can
I
somebody else, like whoever downloaded it, can you put it in the chat again? So that way maybe she can get it in a different way. Maybe.
I appreciate this. This was very good. You're a great coach.
Oh, thank you. I guess you're a great listener because I'm just, just doing what I need to do. I appreciate you 100%. Thank you, Victoria. Somebody put it in the chat again. I don't think you could do a link. I'm not sure if you could do a link. You probably could, but I'm not sure. But let me do it this way again for you. If you don't get it, DM me somehow. And then I should be able to find that to you. Give that to you. Email me. Send me your email. All right, cool. If you don't get it, take my number down. You can take my number down. You can send me your email. Unless you're already in the system. If you're already in the system, I could just email it to you. So you let me know. 646-787. This is my business number. Message me with your name, email, and the word pitch. And then I will be able to just email it to you. That way you have it. But I think the best form of operation, y'all, is to get it from here. So try it again. Well, not try it again. Do it again. And let's see if it worked for you. Okay, Victoria? Anybody else before we shut it down? Anybody else before we shut it down? We get ready to shut it down? Anybody else? Okay, cool. So once again, you are the best of the best. You're the top of the top, cream of the crop. If you are not afraid to pitch, if you're not afraid to speak, you will do wonders in the world of business because a lot of business is just thinking and speaking. That's a lot of business because there's always going to be people who can do. Always. But most of your business, because this is why they say you want to work on your business instead of in your business. A lot of us want to be the person who has the nail salon or have the hair salon. I want you to be the person that teaches how to create the impact and how to service clients as a nail tech, as a hair specialist. And I want you start to change the way that you speak about this. I know they started doing this like a beautician, right? Because you beautify people. I want you to really see your transformation in people. I want you to think deeper. Somebody put think deeper in the chat. Go above and beyond. Go past the limits of what it is called today and find the true call, trying to find the true core of it so that way the people who are listening for it can feel like it's calling them. So actually get to the root of whatever it is that you're offering and be able to sell it that way from the root, because that is what's going to allow somebody to go, I need that, right? You are amazing. I think I got one more hand come up. That's it though. No more hands now because yeah, y'all supposed to. Kathleen, what's up, Kathleen? What's going on, Kathleen? We send you the request to unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I did want to say I have enjoyed you through the whole week. You made me cry. You made me jump up and down. And now you got me ready to pitch all my business. So I want to appreciate you and I'm ready.
Oh yeah, that's the energy we talk about. Let's go, Kathleen. Let's go. And
Thank
this
you.
goes, no problem. You're welcome, very welcome. I want to say this last thing. No matter what I do, it matters what you do. So no matter what I do, I can tell you all of this stuff. I can tell you I believe in you. I can show you some things. But if you don't believe in you and you don't show yourself that you're capable, none of it matters. So everybody send some love in the chat for themselves. Send some love in the chat for Kathleen. Just send some love. Come on for mute, snap it up and clap it up. Oh, no, I can't offer you any classes right now. Who's that, Nicole? Especially if you are in like hold up.